Okay, so now why is it that you believe blacks aren't filing complaints of racism in the workplace?
Well, it was a deterrent. But the deterrent, you have a deterrent of like, well, you can't prove it. You can't win. And so that deterrent, and look, I've been in a lawsuit for over 10 years, going on 12 years now. Mm-hmm. So if I told you that I've been in a lawsuit and I don't even have a trial date, I told you I've been in a lawsuit for 12 years and you're saying I've been discriminated against, and this is what you're going through, and you're telling me that I have this to look forward to for 12 years, I'm going to say I'm going to find another job.
Right, and get over it.
I'm not going to do that. Now, that's how the system is. And keep in mind, it just said that you have to go through the EEOC just to get the right to sue. Well, that's more time. And then there's time that you have to, there are filings that have to be done, and then you have to wait on the judge. And that's another thing that's another topic that I would love to talk about. I hope we can get to that. But you have the court system and the judicial system is not, they don't want these cases.
So do you find that the judicial system is fair?
Oh no, I'm not saying that the judicial system is fair. No, they're corrupt. It's just downright corrupt.
And so what are some of the experiences that you believe you've had that make you say that they're corrupt?
The University of Pittsburgh a few years ago did a study on the bench. And it said that 90% of all judges are white. 90%. Okay? Now, I did the math in my book, and on average, we put in 45 judges in per year. Okay? Now, I said that 90%, the most amount of judges that they will install, minority judges at least, they would install is maybe 20%. That's the most I found, 20%. Okay? But keep in mind, 90% of all judges are white. 80% in the federal courts, and above 90, of course, probably 95% in the state courts. Now, when you have that many judges, and these judges belonging, 60% of the white judges belong to indigenously discriminating organizations, be it hunting clubs or golf or country clubs. That's where they have no women and no blacks. Okay, so now that's what you have. That's what you have now. I just said earlier about an unconscious bias towards African Americans. Now we want to know why that an African American male who commits a crime, the same crime as a white male commits, and they're 6 times more likely to go to jail. Well, when you're going before a white judge, that's what you're facing. Now, in this study in the University of Pittsburgh, it says that 20% of racial cases, when heard before a white judge, they win their case. Only 20%. But when a black judge hears a case, 46% of the time, you win your case. Now, if you're thinking that justice is blind, you would think that it wouldn't matter what color of judge that you're before.
But statistically, that's not true.
That's not true. Now, let me give you an example. The confirmation hearing of Judge Ballou. He's a judge. He's passed away several years back in 2001. But Judge Ballou was being confirmed in 1979. Judge Ballou said, they asked Judge Ballou did he belong to an indigenously discriminating organization. Judge Ballou said that, well, we never even mentioned the niggers. Now, you would think that you might get away with saying that in 1959 or 1939, 1949. You would think that you would be able, but it was 1979 that Judge Ballou said that, and they confirmed him anyway. So now, if I had my case heard before Judge Ballou, who said that he belonged to one, and he had no problem in referring to me as a nigger. He had no problem saying that. And they still confirmed him. So now, if I'm standing before Judge Ballou, I do not believe that I don't believe no rational person would believe that they would be treated fairly in this courtroom.